Today's topic, reflection. Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you up-level what we call the 5 to Thrive. That is your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business. Here we are the day before the new year. This is a time of natural reflection, a time where we can look back, go through our journals, look at old pictures, and see what we've accomplished in 2017. Now, what I want you to do is actually consider the possibility that you have forgotten a lot of the accomplishments that you've achieved. Now, you've forgotten in your 5 to Thrive all the growth that you've had. And oftentimes what we look at are the things that we did not achieve. We focus on those tasks, those business, sales calls that we didn't make or we weren't able to actually connect with. Those aspects of our lives that we didn't get, rather than focusing on all that we have, the abundance that's actually within inside of us and inside of our lives. So what I'm going to invite you to do is something that I like to do each and every year. And that is actually grab my journal, look back and look at all my achievements. So I'm going to invite you to write out your 5 to Thrive, your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and your business, and write out as many achievements as you possibly can think of. Now, what helps me out a lot is I actually sync all my photos to Google Photos, but I also go and look back at Facebook. And I'll look back at Facebook because people tag photos of me at events, clients of mine might actually tag me, and also with LinkedIn. A lot of my clients' messages are in there because all my clients happen to be business owners. So what I'll do is I'll start looking through there, and oftentimes I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Or I'll flip through my journal and be, I forgot that I did that. I forgot that I swam with sharks, or I forgot that I climbed this mountain, or I forgot that I was able to spend a whole entire day with my family without any electronics, completely stress-free and connected. For me in relationships, that's a win. So it really matters to you. What are wins in your life? And don't reflect on the things that you didn't do. I mean, there's a million things. If you're like me, your to-do list is never ending. But what did you actually achieve? And if you actually achieve them, I want you to write them down. I want you to celebrate them, even the small things. Were you able to go to the gym, 5 days a week? Or maybe you're going 3 days a week on most days. Have you put in some new keystone habits? Have you taken action on these daily growth hacks? And maybe you've journaled every day. Whatever it is for you, what I invite you to do is take this time to reflect on those things you achieved. Reflect on the positive. And what you're going to start noticing is more and more of that's going to flow into you. You're going to start noticing in your life, in your world, more positive things start showing up because we get what we focus on. Now, this can be a lot of abundance, and some of you out there, and I talk to many of you, are like, that's all mumbo jumbo. But remember the analogy of the car. We've all wanted a car that we just don't see around, right? For me, before I built out with my wife this custom Sprinter van, it's a 4x4 bad machine that we can take anywhere in the world, and it holds our office, it holds everything. It's amazing. I never saw them. All of a sudden, when I put my focus on actually getting one, I started seeing them around. I started seeing all of a sudden everybody else had the same idea at the same time I did. That's not really true. What happened is I just started noticing them. They became more in my sphere of influence. And that's what I want you to do. It's a practice. Celebrate your wins and start reflecting on all the triumphs you've had. I know there's a ton. So I invite you again, write out your 5 to Thrive. Start off with your mind. What have you achieved in that area of your mind? Have you studied a foreign language? Maybe you didn't master it, but have you even studied it? Have you started reading the paper? Maybe you weren't into investing, but now you're listening to Motley Fool podcast and you're reading the Wall Street Journal, you're reading The Economist, and you've been out there. Maybe it's in your body. Maybe you've started working out. Maybe you started a new body weight practice. I know several of you out there are into the new body weight and gymnastics fad. I shouldn't say fad, but it's a new trend that's been out there in the fitness industry, and I celebrate that with you. Maybe it's in your soul. Maybe you started meditating, right? You started a quiet practice or walking outside an hour a day. Maybe it's your relationships. Maybe you've started a new relationship or reconnected an old relationship, or you've just dove deeper. You actually went all in on a particular relationship, especially an intimate one. Or maybe it's in the area of your business. Maybe you've actually made some strides. You started some new business. You got a side hustle, or you've decided, hey, entrepreneurship isn't for you, and you're actually really focused on being the best employee you could possibly be. I applaud you for each and every one of those. Don't be strict on yourself. Write down anything that comes to mind. If you say, hey, look, my body, I was just injury-free this year, or I was injury-free most of this year, whatever that is, celebrate it. You'll find in 2018, more of this will come in. I also invite you to share this. Not only share this particular episode, which it's going to move people if they actually do the work. And we talk about it, you have to do the work. Share this episode, but share some of the things that you learn. Share some of your memories. If you're in an intimate relationship, share with your partner some of the things that you did together, some of those great memories. Sit down and just share them. It's just an amazing feeling. And I invite you to do that with me. That's it for me today. Go over to authorofyourownstory.com where you can get more tips, tricks, and techniques just like this one delivered right to your inbox if you subscribe. Also, I want you to go over, check out the university. Make 2018 your best year ever. We're opening it up in February. I know a lot of you have asked, hey, can I get in January? And the answer is no. We're letting that group go through it. Now we're opening up a new group in February. Make sure you get on that list. Also, please just go out and inspire other people simply by being yourself and being the author of your own story. Do not conform to everybody else's vision of you. Be yourself and go forward. Go forward and actually inspire others simply by going out, being the author of your own story, and doing epic things that light you up. Have a great day, and I will see you in the new year. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below, and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these daily growth hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.